Subscribe, like, and follow our show, Bring It to the Table podcast, where you will hear hot topics that couples face in relationships updated here weekly. And while you're at it, rate us and leave us a review. We want to hear from you. Table combos right here and Bring It to the Table. Let's talk about it. Next week, we'll be talking about the differences in raising boys versus girls. Do you have different rules for each, or do you have a consistent standard and expectations? This week, we will have all of that and more. So share your ideas with us and bring it to the table. This interactive show is live broadcasted on YouTube and Facebook every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hosted by celebrity power couple Christopher Tiptoe Williams and Noricia Williams. So let's get started and bring it to the table. We want to hear from you.
Well.
Hey, everybody. What's up?
Happy Monday, everybody. What's going on?
Happy Monday. Welcome to all of you joining us tonight. We'd like to thank you. If this is your first time hanging out with us, you are tuned in to Bring It to the Table podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
So this is a podcast that my husband and myself, we talk about everyday topics that couples face in relationships.
Yeah, we get busy.
Yeah, so we bring it to the table.
Yes.
All right, so tonight's topic we are going to be talking about, is there a difference in raising boys versus girls?
Did y'all hear that? Is there a difference between raising boys and girls?
Yeah, do you have the same standards for both boys and girls?
Or is it a double standard for both boys and girls?
Well, we're going to soon find out. And we would like to know, because this is an interactive show, we would like to know how you guys feel about it too.
Yeah.
So to our podcast listeners, thank you for taking us on the go with you. And our Facebook and YouTube audience, you have the opportunity to share your comments, your feedback with us as we talk about the topic tonight. And we welcome your interaction with us. So with that being said, let's welcome a few people that has joined in with us right now.
Who you got on the line?
We have Anisha, Shaniqua, Katina, welcome.
Okay.
Lashonda, welcome.
Okay.
Jennifer, welcome.
Okay. Welcome.
All right. So, last week we talked about, we had a special guest last week, and we talked about dealing with the loss of a child.
Yeah.
As a married couple, and do you allow it to divide you and separate you as a couple, or does it bring you together? So that was a very interesting topic. If you didn't get a chance to catch it, I know we were having a lot of technical difficulties last week on that episode, but you can go back and catch it on our Facebook group, Bring It to the Table, and it's on YouTube as well. Bring It to the Table, that's the number 2 for 2. So Bring It to the Table podcast. That's where you can find those at.
Yes. Very interesting. Last week we talked about, losing a child. Being a married couple. It's a pretty deep conversation. But for those out there who wants to catch that, make sure you do it. It was a really therapeutic conversation that we had with our guests last week. All right.
So tonight's topic, if you are excited and you have some viewpoints that you want to share with us and let us know, do you feel that raising boys and girls should be the same standard, or should there be different standards? Go ahead and give us some activity and let us know. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, let us know you're here. Everybody right now,
yes.
Let me see you. Go ahead and
hey, Channing and Lisa.
Channing, what's up, baby? Channing, Soldier Boy. You know what I'm talking
about? No, that is not who that is.
Tiger. No, that's Soldier Boy. That's the hot topic in the news. Soldier Boy was. He was so trendy.
Yeah. Is that from him being on the boot camp?
No, that too as well.
Oh.
But he was on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like the hottest trending topic right now in social media.
Oh.
Soldier Boy.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, thanks for joining. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this. The difference in raising boys versus girls.
Yeah.
So, do you want to kick this off, or you want me to go ahead and
I mean,
talk about what I got to say?
I mean, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring it to the table. What's the difference between? Are there differences? I believe there are differences between raising girls and raising boys. It has to be because when they're first born, they're born with different individualities. So you have to, even from a child, it's a difference between both of them. You have to cater to each one of them in different fashions because they're chemically made up different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, yeah. So that I believe, like when they're school age, like from infants to elementary school, that it's kind of the same standards that you would have,
Mhm.
but as they start getting older and into middle school and high school, I think then some adjustments has to be made as far as the standards stay the same. What you expect, like your morals, being respectful, all of that stay the same, but then you have to get into, because they're at the age where they want to do more social activities and they're start liking girls or boys, the opposite sex. And so you have to talk about those things and incorporate those things. So I think that's when it should change.
Because that's when you're going to tell the difference between boys and girls. Right then. Soon as they started to, oh, I like him or I like her, then it's a totally different game then.
Oh, but some kids don't really just come out and say I like. You start noticing the change in them when they want to be more cautious of their personal appearance.
Yep.
And they spend more time in the bathroom, and they worried about how they look, they hair cut, they what they wearing. They smell good. They want to now get on some cologne and perfume, and the girls want to get their nails done, and they want this. That's when you notice. So they ain't even really got to say that I'm liking girls or I'm liking boys, because you can start seeing when their behavior changes in that manner. I know that form of experience is what I noticed, because I know even with the boys, because I raised the boys and you raised girls, when they were younger, I can pretty much take them anywhere, get them anything, and they were okay. But when they start getting older and realizing that girls will pay attention to them, I gotta have this. Well, my school clothes need to be. Xavier went through American Eagle and Aeropostale. His school pants had to be there. I'm like, what? Because that's what the kids is wearing right now.
To me, it's all
girls.
To me, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Kids are kids. Fashion is fashion. Kids gonna go to school.
Elementary, don't worry about it.
Elementary.
By now, times have changed.
Everything always. Even I was in elementary. Somebody was always popular. Somebody was always the cute girl, or the guy, the big strong guy. It's the same thing. It's just differences in individuality all around the board. So when people say, "Oh," my whole thing is you never deny both of them the opportunity, because now we live in a different society. You got guys being girls and girls being guys. So individuality across the board, you just got to be able to respect it and respect anybody's views on how they want to be. Because if you got a daughter, obviously you don't want your daughter to go out here. Because if I'm a man and I've lived a man's life growing up and I've been around women and seen women, I know from a man's perspective that I don't want my daughters to be out here dealing with certain situations. But that doesn't really matter, because as we know, a girl will do what she wants to do when she wants to do what she wants to do. So the best thing we can do from a father's end and we're raising a girl is to try to be their best friend, so they can have someone to talk to. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do, regardless, whether they're with you or not.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily say that you have to be their best friend, but keeping an open door policy where you are allowing them the sense of comfort knowing that they can come to you and talk about different situations. I think that is great, but I don't think necessarily that I need to try to be your friend.
Well, I do. I would rather be their best friend, because, at the end of the day,
I mean, if that's how they feel, that's how they feel, but I'm not going to purposely try to be your friend, because
no.
I have to have the boundary set for being a parent.
Well, they should know that.
And if you're thinking I'm just too much of your friend, then you get too lax and you start talking to me crazy, and then I'm gonna have to make you remember I'm not your friend.
Well,
And then that confuses the child. That's how I think. I mean, like,
I don't
no.
think so. I think if you discipline your child when they were young, and they have a thorough understanding of who's mama and who's daddy,
mhm.
then you don't have to do all that no more because they have an understanding from the way that they was raised. Let's face it, everybody ain't raising their children. You know what I'm saying? So
if you don't do it, then the streets
Right.
will.
So it shouldn't. It's a certain time when I was raising my daughters that I didn't. When they got 5 years old,
Mhm.
that's when I stopped spanking them.
Mhm.
I didn't want to put my hands on them no more because I felt that from the ages to 1 to 5, they learned everything I needed to get them before that goes. After that, my voice would get a little bit more intimidating then.
Yes.
So
Yes.
all that putting hands on them after 5, I don't want my daughters to grow up thinking that this is how it's supposed to be. That a man is supposed to spank you just because. You know what I mean? So no.
That is a good point that you just brought up, because that was one of the topics that I was wanting to discuss was what fathers show and teach their daughters, because and what mothers teach and show their sons.
Mhm.
Because you are the first example
Yes.
of what they see of what the opposite sex, how they should treat them. And if you are in a dysfunctional situation and you're not setting good examples, positive examples, and teaching them the difference in how they should be treated and how they should be treating others,
Mhm.
then you're only setting them up for failure, I believe, because they
Yeah.
grow up to be adults and their actions
Yeah, they're gonna adapt to the environment.
is not going to be something that you're going to be proud of.
If their mama's hot and she wearing hot stuff and she's going out to the club, got on all those stilettos, and the daughter is watching the mother, who do you think she's going to intimidate? That's the first person that she sees.
Hot like what?
Hot, like you know how you see
I
something.
think I'm hot.
Well, you hot, but you classy hot.
Okay, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I got
You know, it's the difference between if you had a daughter, she would mimic you.
you. Mhm.
Now, would you want to see your daughter mimicking you going out to the club with high heel stilettos on? Or would you want to see your daughter mimicking you being a classy lady that's respectful and how yourself carry yourself? So kids mimic, just like a son. If your daddy telling you, boy, you need to go over here, and he's one of them type of daddies, an aggressive daddy or whatever, it's rubbed off on you. So that's why you have to really be careful when you're dealing with children on both ends of the spectrum. I believe, you know what I mean? You just have to have balance, man. Understanding.
Yeah, so I think that moms show boys what unconditional love is, and they're like give you the first example of what your number one supporter should be like. Because moms is just there for everything, typically for every function you have, every parent conference, everything, anything that you have going on, you usually, mom, I need. And mom is there. So
Well, mom is the nurturer.
yes. So
Yeah.
they teach the boys that what nurturing and what unconditional love should feel like. So as they get older, they should have a good sense of what love and unconditional love
Right.
feel like. And someone that's going to support them is definitely who they hopefully
Mhm.
will match up with.
Yep. But a mother can't teach a young boy how to be a man, unfortunately.
Exactly.
You know, because there comes a time
Everybody have their roles.
every young man comes time when they come of age, you know, and just like a dad can't teach a young girl how to be a woman, you know what I'm
Nope. But dads do show girls how a guy should teach
saying?
them.
Of course, by example.
And they are the first example of
Mhm.
what they see how a man should treat a woman.
Mm.
So if you are displaying the example, opening doors for their mom, you're being nice, you're being polite, respectful, you're having a cohesive family environment, and then you are showing those examples to your daughter already. So when she gets older and she's looking to date, she's not gonna, her standards are gonna be at a higher level already. She's not gonna want to accept, oh, because somebody tell you beautiful, you gonna fall for everything? No.
Depend on a little boy though.
But listen, if your parent But no, I'm not gonna agree with that because this is what I'm gonna say.
It depends.
No, because their mind can develop to be strong.
Of course.
If your parent tells you from growing up when you're little that you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you can do anything you want, and they instill all of that in you,
Yeah.
you're not just a pretty face, but you're beautiful inside because your spirit inside needs to match your outside. That is like one of the things that my grandmother told me. She's like, you can be pretty all you want on your face, but if your inside is ugly, you ugly on the outside. And that kind of has stuck with me. So, I mean, let your inner beauty shine as well.
Of course.
So if that's instilled in them as they little, a little boy telling them, "Oh, you so cute," "Oh, you so pretty," that's not even gonna matter. You're gonna laugh it out. You're gonna be like, all right, okay. Because I mean, that's not the first time you done heard it. Your self-esteem is not low. You're not like looking to be validated by a guy telling you you're beautiful, you're cute, or whatever, because you already know that. You know who you are.
Right.
You know what you're about. If that's taught and you're brought up that way. So your little conversation, yeah, I'm gonna laugh at you. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you cute, yeah, that's cute. Thank you. I'm gonna say thank you, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna buy into what you're saying, because
So
I don't need you to tell me that. Thank you for telling me. I'm gonna acknowledge it. Thank you.
I feel you.
But yeah,
some of the
don't
girls,
think your conversation got to be
some little girls
gonna be that strong.
Some little girls be too grown, and when they too grown, you can't tell them nothing. So therefore, they have to find out the hard way. Yeah, they can have all these things that you're telling me, but it doesn't matter because if they see a guy that they like,
Yeah.
and this guy could be a young thug, guess what's gonna happen? All that's gonna go out the door. I love him. Easy. You've been there, right?
Yeah, but that's if I'm just saying, if on the norm, just falling for anything. Oh, just because you're telling me I'm beautiful.
Well, that's the difference between boys and girls. Where the dad and the mom come in. So
Mhm.
you want to protect girls from that. All that you want to let the boys do is make sure that they're being respectful to the young lady that they're dealing with, being a gentleman.
Respect is number one for me. I mean, that is like one thing I'm always big about.
Yeah.
I tell the kids, hey, you gotta respect. And my feeling is I've taught you right from wrong, and respect is very big for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So if after you get of a certain age and you out here in the world and you being disrespectful, I feel like that's a personal attack on my upbringing of you, because I've taught you right from wrong and you out here doing the food. I feel like that's a reflection on my parenting, and that really, really sets me off. That's like a pet peeve for me, because I'm like, what the hell is you doing?
So let me ask you a
Being
question.
disrespectful? No, we don't do that.
So when it comes to girls and boys, and since we're talking about the differences between them both, how do you discipline? Do you discipline them the same? Because discipline plays a part in how you treat young girls and young boys. Because typically boys at a younger age are a lot hard-headed. They don't listen typically.
I mean, I think discipline, it should be universal. I mean, it should be across the board. Now, how long of a punishment and how frequent you get discipline is going to determine on the child. Because girls can be hard-headed too.
So do you buy your daughter the nice car and give your son the bad car?
No, I said that's just going to be standard. That what it is what it is. Now, depending on the finances at that time, you get what you get. You might lug up and we might have a great year that year. So you might get a good car. And when it comes time for the other one, but it's not.
And that's where we have a difference in opinion.
Yes.
My whole thing about young boys that become men, they got to become men. You
Yeah.
understand me? So
I agree with that.
most young dudes, they can get out here and work and get their own cars. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that part. So again, it's different. It's different because I was raised different. That's the reason why he gave me girls first. Because I had boys that have been seeing things like me, how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's the difference between.
So you feel like
Yeah, you don't get your son the old school, you know what I'm saying, and you get your daughter the nice car.
okay, well yeah, you definitely want to make sure that
he gonna be all right.
Yeah.
He a soldier.
that they have reliable transportation. I think that's just the key.
Yeah,
To
of
that.
course. I mean, you gotta make sure he all right too, or, you know what I mean? But typically the young boys, they kind of move different. You know what I'm saying? From how girls move. I'll take old school.
Yeah, but that's your personal choice. Not all boys like old school.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You like 6'4" and Impalas.
Zzz,
you like old school. Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm gonna get you. I'm getting it. I want to see. I just want to
He's
see.
trying to get me to get in one of those. I don't want that.
I want to see you jump.
No. I'm not jumping and bouncing and all that.
So what they say online?
Yeah, so to those of you that are still on with us, go ahead and let us know how you feel. What do you think about raising boys versus girls? And if you agree with what we're saying, or if you have a different point of view, let us know, and we want to talk about that. But also, what I wanted to say was like here. I never really could understand why there's like a double standard when raising boys versus girls for some parents. Because I can remember growing up, I'm the girl, I'm the oldest, and I have two brothers, okay? 10 to 15 years apart from me, all right? But I'm a girl and my mom has two brothers. So why I had so many restrictions. I couldn't go here, I could do that. Now, grant you, I can say, looking back, because there's so much craziness going on in the world, that it was to protect you, okay. But I couldn't go to lock-ins, sleepovers, and these are like things that a lot of other people my age, friends at school, was doing. I was like, I really felt like I was like, dang, I can't go. Everybody else going, they come back to school, talk about what all happened. You just like, okay. But when it came time for my brothers to grow up and they're at this age, it was almost like free reign. And up in there, I was like, who? Do we have the same parent? Like, what is going on? Curfew probably didn't really have much of that. Yes, I had a curfew. They got cars, visitations. I mean, they had company. They was like everything that was going on. I mean, it was like they had so much freedom. And I just like could not understand, how can there be such a difference in girls versus boys? Which led you and I to a conversation. How could there be such differences with girls versus boys? And share with the people what you said so we can talk about it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about this. Like, you was the oldest, and you was the first, and you was a girl.
Yeah.
So the first rule of thumb is from a mother, a single mother, or a mother that's raising a girl, is to protect the girl. Because she was a girl once upon a time.
Okay.
So you gotta think about how she looks at you. You was a reflection of her. So she gotta do her best to make sure that she break whatever cycle she's trying to break. Sometimes we don't understand.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? We look at it like,
Especially when you're kids, you don't understand.
we don't understand, but you gotta look at back that look at the great person you turned out to become, based on you having a mom and a grandma that was disciplined enough to keep you right. Feel me? Because you ain't on nobody's pole.
No.
You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? So, but you ain't out here just getting money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a double standard. It's just a protection thing, I think. Because at the end of the day, a parent has to trust that whatever they instill in those two children that they have, whether it be a boy or girl, that they just go out there and they do the right thing.
I think that is key, definitely. So give me the trust. You taught me, you told me. Okay, then trust that I'm doing right. Or did you not feel that you...
To trust you?
No. Did you not feel that you was that you told me everything and prepared me for the world
And plus, you got
as much as I should have been.
But you got to think about this. He was first, right?
Yeah.
So you got it worse. Obviously, by the time the other ones come up, everybody's gonna be a lot older, and all that energy that they used to put in you, gonna be all trying to put energy.
Well,
in
you know that is definitely true because I can definitely say that when my boys they're 5 years apart, and I can tell you, yeah, that part right there is definitely true because that 4 years apart. I'm talking about 5 because when Derek came, I was really really super hard on him, like super hard. By the time Xavier came, I was like, yeah, okay.
Still the same way.
Yeah, all right. I didn't have the energy to do all the being so hard on him as I did on the first one. So that is true.
So,
but they was 2 boys.
Right, but also look at the responsibility that was put up on you and then you put up on him because you guys were the first. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of responsibility coming with being that on that part.
Yeah.
Now, as far as going to like the sleepover and stuff like that, now you should be able to do that. You know what I mean? Because especially if she knew her parents, you know what I mean? So I don't think nothing wrong with that.
Oh shit! My mom was no joke. She was my mom was like, I need to talk to their parents. I need to know where they at, what they do. Let me talk to them.
Yeah,
She want people phone numbers. She want taking pictures of people's license plates. If you going like, I'm like, okay. I mean, she was like no joke about that for real.
Yeah.
Like I don't know really if she was like that with the boys,
For
but
sure.
she was like basically, let me run a check.
But
Hopefully you don't come up with no red flags because she gonna be fine.
and then plus, like I say, it's crazy. You're dealing with girls, and you have to make sure that they're protected, because all that goes along with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I see so much on TV and listen to so many different so many different studies, and like nowadays it's really I feel it's more. The times have changed more than it was when we were coming up, because like with you even mentioned like with the girls, like you didn't allow your girls to go spend the night over other people's house because you don't know the guys that'll be around them or the other kids' parents or who friends or whoever will be coming around, and that was a very big deal for you, right?
It still is because it's real. You don't know who. You really have to know people. You know what I'm saying? Like people, you don't know. It's people crazy. That's why I didn't let my daughter sit on no guy's laps and them like that. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know this. No. You know what I mean? Now family and whatever, I'm gonna make sure, but still, I just do it. Some things I just don't allow.
Yeah, I mean, but nowadays you can't even really be too careful with family. You still have to be cautious and let them know. This is not good. This is okay. Anything crosses this line, you need to let me know.
And then plus girls' brains develop a little bit faster than boys. So they're very mature from the beginning. So they're used to being a lot more nurturing and a lot more understanding for, handling things. Because boys, we don't really, until about 5 years old, then we starting to see some things.
Yeah, typically girls are like 5 years ahead of guys, which is why most girls like older
guys. Exactly.
Yeah, and we're like, guys our age, till you get older in life, and then you're like, okay, somebody your age is really not so bad. But growing up,
you hear how you just said that?
Yeah,
that's how girls think right there.
Yeah.
I gotta tell guys my age.
Oh, you play too much.
And that go the problem right there, because you should be playing. You understand what I'm saying? You want to go ride in Jack's car because
not necessarily riding in the car.
Come on, man. I grew up in this game, y'all.
Yeah.
And I know I used to be a playful one. Oh, you play too much. But I was playing, I wasn't trying to be the other person. The other guy that didn't play, he wanted to play a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what happens. And those guys, like this, when I say the girls look so good, but their brains is not ready. I don't know.
What you just say, Groovy Pants?
I'd rather talk to a woman because her mind is so steady.
You Just say the man's
Yeah,
5 years older than guys.
They do.
So how you gonna talk about the girls look so good, but their brains are not ready?
right. 'Cause they're right.
That's basically probably what the girls are saying about guys our own age coming up.
That's why we should teach our kids knowledge of self, understanding and wisdom, and then that way you can
Yes,
you can coach them on
yes.
early on. Like
Your body is your temple.
I didn't have the opportunity to be there for my our daughter's first dates.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the opportunity to be there for Dara's first date, but I was there for Xavier's, our youngest son, his first date. So this was a different thing for me, watching that whole process, double dating and you know what I'm saying. He wants everywhere we go, can she go? And
Oh, yes, yes.
And leading by example on my end, showing him how I treat you, and you know what I mean. So it's just like I said, it's a balance, man. Just got to work with it,
Yes, and he definitely watch what you do.
Oh man.
So even when you think he's not watching and listening,
This one too, right here.
yeah, he does too. I'm sure.
Look, they check me out.
Yes.
You gotta watch these cats, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's what you do. That's
Mama,
what you do.
mama. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. But even when the girls was getting older in age, it was different from you, like, because girls go through the puberty stage of having a cycle and
I could have dealt with all
having
that.
to get bras and things like that. And I remember going in the store with you, and you was just like basically having a shop for the girls, and you was just at a point where you was just like checked out of the whole process because you missed a gap in time when they were growing up. They were younger, and then you missed the gap in time, and then they were older.
Yeah.
So they let us know what they're like and the clothes that they're like. And we're in the store and we're shopping, and he got the list. My husband has the list in his phone and pictures of what we're supposed to be looking for. And he is just like, no, I don't think we should get that. I'm like, what do you mean? That's what kids is wearing. I'm like, nothing's wrong with that. Oh no, I don't think so. I don't know. And he's just walking off. And I'm like, no, baby. What are you doing? What are you doing? You had a very hard time
Yeah, I did.
with us picking clothes that they wanted to have. I think that was one year for Christmas or something that we were getting clothes and stuff for. And you was just like, I remember going to the little girl section and just letting Ari pick for her and her sister.
Hey, let me know what y'all gonna get.
Yeah, you just okay. But for you to have to go through the process and picking, that was like very hard for you.
Like,
You
yeah,
were
it was.
struggling.
I was in front.
Yeah.
Because she knew how to actually get her own clothes at that age already. So I was okay. Well, go. Y'all sizes. Go ahead, do what y'all get then. They get 5 pair of jeans a piece and 5 shirts and 2 shoes a piece. Okay. They went out to pay for it. And pick your little underwears out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yes. So yeah, you having to deal with the transition of girls. That was very hard for you.
Yeah, it was easy when they were younger, but all the transition when getting older is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was.
That's why you gotta have a balance.
Yes,
You
that's
know?
why it's good to work together as a team.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I can say that I wasn't very strong in, but you did really good, because when we came together, and so we only had Xavier at the house with us
Mm-hmm.
because all the other kids were out of the house. Having that sex talk, like, I wasn't really good with that, because with Derek, I didn't have that conversation. I don't remember having that conversation. I don't know. Did your dad have that conversation with you? Or you just kind of like, I feel like I just dropped the ball on that part. I'm just going to be honest.
That's why we got
Did
two
who had, I'm asking our producer right now, which is our oldest son,
Put him on
like,
blast.
who had this conversation with you? Did anybody have this conversation with you? I know I didn't.
No, he's self.
You say no? I mean, that is so awful. So awful. school
He's
that he had to
self-taught.
go out into the world and like learn it. I mean, I totally dropped the ball. I feel so bad for that part. I just
I ain't looking at
wasn't. I mean, like I just never really thought. Like, I mean, I would just assume that the dad would have that conversation with him, but that was never a conversation that him and I ever had.
Yeah.
Like you and I like really talk about everything. And so you and I would talk about things, and then you had conversations with Xavier about sex and stuff. I didn't have conversations with Xavier again about
Got
sex,
to.
but you did, and you covered those things, and then you kept checking in on the process and how's it going. But as he got older and out of school and in college, and you land up in the bed with girls. I mean, you just went through the whole spectrum, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like no stone left unturned with you. You was just like, we're gonna talk about it.
I just call it being a father. You understand what I'm saying? If the girls, if I had the opportunity with them, believe you me, I'll be a father. You know what I'm saying? It's just about having the communication and dialogue. Even with our oldest over here, we dialogue all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just each one of them they got different individualities. So each one has, you got to cater to them based off their individualities. Because all of them are different. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
Yes.
you know?
Even with having two boys, I know we're talking about the difference raising boys versus girls.
2 men now.
Well, yeah, but just when they were younger, raising the two boys together, they were complete different and opposite growing up. So just learning their characteristics, their chemistry, and their genetic makeup, how they were. I couldn't like really just be the way that I was with one
Right.
from the other. Just kind of learning through the process of what I tried to be the same way across the board, but then after over a course of time and just learning how they develop, then I had to make adjustments on, okay, well, this one is stronger in this area and this one is not so strong in this area and this one is stronger in this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just kind of how I had to go with it. But going into it thinking, like, I always thought, I mean, okay, they're both boys, so you can just be the same with boys.
Yeah, but you did a good job.
Yeah.
You did a real good job.
Well,
You got two incredible young men that you raised. You know what I'm saying? They both are strong, smart, got good values about themselves. So you did a real good job.
Chantel.
Yeah, thank you. Even though I dropped the ball on that one part, but I think overall y'all turned out fairly well. So
they
yes.
good. You know what I'm saying? They're not out here doing anything crazy.
Yeah, no, respectable men in the community. So.
Yes, I love that. So,
What else do you have?
well, I mean, we covered dating, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like I said, with the girls, it's a little bit different. We went to Irish graduation, and the boy came up to me and was like, hey, I'm Ari's boyfriend. I was like,
And you seem to have a problem with her having a boyfriend.
no, I didn't have
college.
a problem.
Not college, high school.
I just didn't know him.
Yeah, but you was like, on your watch, she wouldn't be dating. I'm like, what?
No, she wouldn't. It wouldn't have been like that.
You was dating in high school.
Believe you me, she could have dated.
Okay.
But I don't know this young man, so I would have liked to understand the process.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's coming to date your daughter, you want to know the process. Or your son, you want to know, okay, well, son with their family, like, bro, you deal with this, you know what I'm saying? You want to know the processes of what's going on. So no,
I can agree with you on that.
I just felt like that for a parent, even if you're not together, but you're in your children's life, I think that it's a matter of respect. Like if you know, hey, look, you talk to your dad. Because it comes to time with a young boy, when they grow up, hey, it's time you talk to your dad. And that dad has to step in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or that mama has to step in. So, you know what I mean? They just didn't give me an opportunity to talk to, I didn't know the little guy, I thought it was pretty tough to come up with me, hey, like, bro, you get out my face.
Poor baby.
I don't know you like that, man. If I knew you, then it'd be a different story. Dude, I could have gave you my blessing. But I can't give you my blessing if I don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's all about communication.
Word up.
Yeah.
So that's something. So you know how I go.
Yeah. But you know what we have a debate about in the house on girls versus boys is one day we were talking and you said we were talking about um, girls and boys and when they're dating or they're out in the world and we were talking about you said that I said that boys should not be trying to pressure girls into having sex. You said, well, boys are going to be boys, and if the girl don't give it up, then then nothing will happen. And this became a heated discussion. What? Okay.
I think what we was talking about was this.
What?
I think we was talking about if the girl was raised a certain way and she knew the difference between wrong and right, she know not to be having any sex, what can happen from it. I said, a boy is gonna always try to pressure her to have sex, but that's just on pressure. She don't have to open up her legs and let her have sex. So she has a choice. Unless that guy is physically trying to harm her, then you know what I'm saying. Then you already know what that is. But no, a guy can't make you open up your legs.
Okay. Yes, and so that's why I debate you that boys are going to be boys, and you know boys are just going to be boys, so they're going to always try. Why does it have to be like that? Why can't boys be respectful and just not even? They know right from wrong too. They know they shouldn't be doing it, and they should not be trying to pressure the girls into having sex.
It depends on the upbringing. Once again, you feel me? Boys should be respectful. Matter of fact, they shouldn't even be thinking about sex. They should really be just thinking about dating and getting to know a person, right?
Yes.
But the culture that we live in, unfortunately, is not taught like that in the households of many of us people in America.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Especially us in the African American community. So we only know what we was taught back then. So, but righteously, if the young man was righteous enough, yeah, he would be very respectful. He wouldn't be trying to do that because he would be trying to get to know her. And they would have an understanding of what marriage is about. So if you don't have an understanding and you come to you got uncles and everybody telling you, hey, why go on out like that girl? You know, you don't do what your uncles and all the other men tell you because those men are just the same. So you're getting information from a bad situation anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all about who you get the information from. I'm gonna go back to our son, Xavier. Xavier had the right information. He knew how to go and open up doors. He knew how to go to and ask the parent if it was okay if I could date your daughter. He did everything as a gentleman because he had the right information. But if you didn't have the right information, and you try to figure it out, or you got uncles and daddies that are like, you know, with that typical, you know what I'm saying, slave mentality, then it's going to be what it's going to be. So a young girl that falls victim to that, is gonna have a guy that's always trying to pressure. Like, oh, you pretty, you cute, and how
and there goes back to training them the right way, educating them, having communication with them, and teaching both the boys and the girls right from wrong, respect for themselves and for the opposite sex. Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, like I say, it's all about knowledge of self, man, and understanding and wisdom. Like, you know, if you raise certain ways, you know, you gotta break those cycles, and that's what I'm into. I'm all about breaking cycles.
Yeah, but I wouldn't agree with you when you giving no boys a pass for just being boys, because that is foolishness thinking. We're not even gonna go there. No. Not at all. So I'm glad we brought it to the table and clarified that up.
Boy.
And we're good, folks. All right. Well, I think we have just about covered all the topics that we wanted to cover tonight. And we would like to thank everybody for joining us. Carrie, Retania, Royal, Rain, Gwen, thank you for joining in with us later on. And what are we going to talk about next week?
Girls and boys, love you, baby. Love you so much. Yeah, how to get my sing on, baby. You know, we get one time to shine. What we'll talk about next week?
Yes. So how about we talk about let's talk about I don't know, it's a surprise. It's a mystery. We're gonna figure that out. Stay tuned, folks. So we want to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page, and that is
Bring It to the Table podcast.
Subscribe to our
Instagram with Table Convos. Go to our Apple Music. We're on Spotify. Bring It to the Tables. We're on all your local platforms digitally.
Yes, all of the local podcast channels where you can find us at Bring It to the Table podcast. That is where you can find us. Like, subscribe, and give us a review. Let us know what you think about us.
Mm-hmm.
And we will do this again every Monday night, 7 p.m.
Central Standard Time.
No, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m.
Yeah, Pacific Standard Time.
There you have it.
Hey, no matter what we do
Or what we say,
we always find a way
to come together
and
bring it to the table. Well, that was another episode of Bring It to the Table podcast, episode 10. And thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week, folks. I am Naricia Williams.
I'm Christopher Tiptoe Williams, and that's Dara. Take us out of here.
Good night.